I guess I always loved it when I was a kid. I definitely connected with stand-up really quickly. Like as soon as I got Comedy Central in the house, like I found myself watching like, Dane Cook, Insomniac with David Tell. Conan O'Brien was always like a big, like he's not stand-up, but you know, comedy has always just been a big part of my life. I used to be fat as a kid. I used to be really fat, so I guess that was a whole part of, you know, I had to be funny for people to listen to me. Like, oh, look at me, please, I'm here. But yeah, that was probably a big part of my inspiration. And I guess I was the oldest of three, so I always was entertaining my brother and sister. I always kept them entertained. I can't really remember much of it because it was like I was on the stage and I was just off. But it was a really good feeling. Everything felt like I felt like I was in the mode. I'd been drinking that night too, so that probably helped me with drinking in the mode. But it was definitely a rush. Like it did not feel like 5 minutes. It felt like I was on there for 30 seconds, and I was like, "What happened? What's going on?" But yeah, that was probably about how it felt the first time. Probably Ronnie Dangerfield. I forget what the first one's called. It's not, but Ronnie Dangerfield is definitely a big one. Robin Williams live on Broadway. That was my first special that I just I fell in love with every single second of it. Like his high energy. Robin Williams was that special probably defines what I like in comedy for sure. Let's see what else. I used to watch Kids in the Hall back when I was a kid. That was fun. Let's see, comedy specials. I like Dane Cook. Dane Cook has a special where it's all shot in one camera. It was all one cut, one camera. It was really interesting because you know there's no time, there's no editing, there's no nothing. It's just everything in the raw, which is really interesting to me. Big J Okerson. He's like a storyteller type of comedian. He does like a lot of crowd work. But that would be a dream of mine to do touring with Big J Okerson for sure. David Tell, Louis C.K., Ronnie Dangerfield. Let's see, Doug Stanhope. He would roast the crap out of me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. And let's go with Richard Pryor, and we'll keep the fifth anonymous. Insomniac with David Tell is definitely like one of my like primary like what I used to watch. John Oliver, I like to watch John Oliver, and that came from watching what's his name, Jon Stewart. I'm saying what's his name like he's not a well-renowned person, but no. So like Jon Stewart, and then also Trailer Park Boys has definitely been. I've never connected with a show, a sitcom, so much that I have with Trailer Park Boys. Like it seems to like get me on a whole. I've never had a show. I'm like promoting for them right now. It seems like, but like I've never had a show that I've connected with so much. Trailer Park Boys is my new thing right now. Yeah. I need a plan for that, and I haven't thought that far ahead. I've been doing comedy for about a year, but I've only been taking it serious for about the last 3 months. That being said, I do have like plans for this year But 5 years, I would really like to be. I'd like to be a touring road comic, which is a totally feasible, totally achievable goal for me. It's just getting over the hurdles of leaving home for a long time, not being away from your family, and just having confidence in your material. And figuring out recently over the last month, I figured out that if you believe and you have confidence in your material, your jokes that you thought were crap might be really funny. Like last night, those were all, I don't know, weird during my set. Like all those were like old jokes, but a comic pulled me aside a couple weeks ago and was like, "You gotta believe in your stuff, man." He's like, you just don't look like you believe in yourself." And like, so believing in myself is my first goal, and then I'm starting to do a bunch of out-of-town gigs, which is good, and then eventually just making connections and getting out there. Being a road comic is probably a 5-year goal for me. I've noticed that I'm a bloomer. I'm blooming, but I'm a slow bloomer. I'm like one of those flowers that take like 40 years to bloom. You know what I mean? But it's cool. It's something I like to do though. I have done improv once, and if we had more improv here, I would even travel for improv. I loved doing improv because it was just, everything was off the top of your head. Everything was just spontaneous. You didn't have time to think, therefore you didn't have time to get nervous. And that's like one of my big things is like getting nervous. And with improv, you just go. So improv is definitely one that I want to do. Acting's another thing that has been brought to my attention that I'm good at, whether it's just playing with my stepdaughter or just messing with other comics. Like, I find myself joking and messing with comics and then forgetting to tell them something. Like, there was an award show and they just got Bryce Peters, and I wasn't drinking that night because I was DDing with my buddy, and me and him were nominated for Best Comedian of the Year, or Best Newcomer of the Year. And I just had this big glass of water, and I started going up to people, and I was just like, "I tell you what, man, if you go $18, they'll fill this straight up with vodka, dude. This is the best deal." And I was just like acting drunk, and like apparently everybody, I told some people that I was joking, but other people I just forgot. And like weeks later, Bryce came up to me, he's like, "You're telling me the guy that drank a whole glass of vodka can't handle this?" I was like, "Dude, that was water." But like, stuff like that, like I find myself being really good at messing with people, I guess. So acting would definitely be something I want to do. Right now, they can only find me on Facebook. I just found out recently I still have a MySpace account. It's pretty outdated. I am going to be getting a Twitter soon, which, this interview is probably going to spark me to do that today. I'll get that done. But a Twitter, and I think that's where I'm going to stay with their Instagram maybe, but like that's not really a big thing. So Facebook right now is the sole place. I want to be a thinker comic. I want people to kind of pull away and be like, "Oh man, he really has a good outlook on life." Or like, the ultimate goal of comedy is to take people out of the element. I guess for me, this is not the ultimate. This doesn't reflect other people's goals. But take people out of their element and give them that release. Like everybody needs something. Yeah, I want them positivity. Honestly, like. Right now it's a bunch of dick and fart jokes, and that's cool, but I'm just kind of getting my wings, and I eventually do want to take my experiences, take my, my jokes with my stepdaughter and stuff like that, and tell people it's not that bad. Life's not that bad, just you gotta, and I'm learning this too, which is really cool. The more I do comedy, the more I learn more about myself, and if you want to have fun and you want to be fulfilling in life, you got to do something that you want to do. And if I could get that message out to other people, they might break free and be like, oh shit, I've been working at McDonald's for 8 years. Maybe I could be a comic, or maybe I could do something with my life. And if you want to work at McDonald's for the rest of your life, that's cool. But like, I just feel like people are so trained to like, oh, I'm just gonna work this job, I'm gonna work hard, I'm gonna go home and watch TV, and that's it, that's my life. And like, I feel like not one person, but a movement of people with like-minded thinking could change people's perspective, and you could do more, and then the world would be a better place, and then freeways would have gardens on the side. I don't know, but basically, live your life to the fullest is a good message to send, I guess. Hey guys, I'm Michael Kinberger. I just got done with an interview. Check it out on cutie.com. You might find something, you might not, but check it out.